Hello everybody, so it's been a moment in time since I came to you in this form, but I wanted to make this video to kind of explain to everybody that I know that, just what I've been going through in this last year. As many of you know, I have been transgender. I guess, you know what, I'm gonna just be talking about like everything like that I've like discovered in this time. It could end up being a long video, so I would recommend like having like a snack of some sort, like I don't know, some kind of thing to munch on because it could get deep. So I'm going to be talking about my transition and like what led up to it, and then like what led up to my detransition. So I guess I should start at the beginning. I first started dressing as a girl when I was very young. I was, even when I was like 5 or 6, I would take like these little Barbie hair extension things that you can clip in your hair, and I would do that. And I would like go to the neighbor's house and they would all laugh at me and everything, but it was just something I did, like I wanted to do it. And then as I got older, I didn't really do anything with that. Actually, every now and then I would do something like that. Like one time my friend had like a wig and I put it on and I was like getting my life, girl, you know. And but I got like scolded for it. It doesn't really matter that I got scolded for it, but like it just I didn't really get to express myself like that very much. Then later on, when I was in middle school, high school, I would every now and then dress as a girl. I had, wigs. I think I still have them in like a old box that I need to like unpack. But I still have like all these props and like things. I would dress up as a girl. I would make videos. I did my makeup, and I just enjoyed it every now and then, and it was still something that I really like suppressed. And then so in the last year of my life, I actually had a friend that was transgender, and she was transitioning, and she actually already had pretty much done it. And seeing her, there was a lot in her that I saw that I related to. There were a lot of like things, like she would say, oh, I feel feminine, and like, I feel like this, and I don't want to like suppress these feelings, and so I'm going to transition. And then I really applied a lot of it to myself, and I'm not saying it's her fault at all, but I feel like actually I just got like a lot of support for that like idea and like the thought of it. So yeah, I felt like, okay, this is what I need to do. Like, if I want to be myself, if I want to like be like let out this part of myself, then I need to be transgender and live my life as a girl. So it felt like the right decision. It felt like what I should do. So I did that, and so I lived my life for a year. Like honestly, like almost exactly a year. As a girl, my friend Kyle got me a really nice wig that I wore for longer than 6 months, and it was very uncomfortable. Okay, it was very uncomfortable, but it looked cute, so I lived. So, and in that time, I got to just live my life and experience life as a female, and it was very, very different. Very different. Women, have it. Like, men have it hard ways, women have it hard in ways, men have it good in many ways, women have it good in many ways. There's definitely many different, like, components to each gender, and things that they have to do with, societally, or even in themselves, being that gender. So being a girl, it was different for me, and I actually did enjoy it, and I did get to appreciate what it is to be a woman, and what the world, like, the pressures that are put on women, and a lot of what women have to deal with. So I really am thankful that I got to do that, and it was nice actually. Like, men were nice to me a lot of the time. Either they really were into me or they did not care about me at all. Like, I was it's just like one or the other. And but a lot of people were really nice to me, and I made a lot of friends. A lot of my friends that I've had, accepted me and still supported me through that whole experience, and through the whole time that I was trying to just figure out who I was. And I'm just really grateful for that. Like, my friend Kyle was always there for me. My mom at first was apprehensive, but even she really surprised me and really supported me. My whole family reached out to me, told me that they still love me. My dad, my stepmom, my siblings, my younger brother and sister, they all, everybody like pretty much everybody in my life. I mean, maybe a couple people didn't, but I would say most people in my life, people that really are there, they really supported me and made me feel like, it was okay to be doing what I was doing, and I was really thankful for that. I am really thankful for that because it really showed me a lot, and that I have so much to be thankful for, and I really am thankful. So that, was something that I'm really grateful for, that I got to experience that. So here's the thing. So I'm gonna just finish saying how I felt about being transgender. I like doing the makeup every day. Like, I really actually got very good at my makeup skills because I did my makeup every single day, and it was fun. I would wake up, shave my face, do whatever I had to do, like wash my skin, and then I would put my primer, my foundation, my layers and layers and layers of makeup, and at first I wasn't really that good at it. Like, I thought I was really good at it, and then after a couple months, I really started to learn my own techniques and things that I would pick up from people that I would see on YouTube videos, and I would just learn, and I really loved it. And the art of makeup I really can appreciate, and I really think it's awesome and really fun and really creative. So that is something I do want to keep with me, and I do want to, even as a boy, try to show people certain things that I learned with makeup and do some really cool artistic makeup looks that I can try to conceive. So that'd be really fun, and that's something that I do want to keep with me, and that is something that I'm thankful that I got to experience and learn more about, because I just let go of my inhibitions. Being a girl, it made me one of the biggest things that I'm really glad I learned from being a girl is to not judge myself for the sides of me that are feminine and the elements of myself that are soft and a certain way that society doesn't expect a man to be or doesn't expect a boy to do. So being a girl and just completely disregarding that and just saying, I'm just gonna do what I want to do and I'm gonna be how I am, I learned the person that I am, regardless of my gender, I'm okay with. And once I let go of all the anxiety and let go of all the pressure that was on myself, that I put on myself, not feeling like I was fitting into society's expectations of me, and I just felt like I was suppressing myself. So being able to be transgender as I was, it really did help me finally accept myself and just stop judging myself and stop looking at myself as an outsider and just realize that, who I am is okay, and people that don't like me, okay, they don't like me, and if they like me, then, then they like who I am, and that's, that's good. And I think that most people, when you show them who you really are, they usually are okay with you, and if they're not, then that's their problem. So that's just something that I really learned, and I'm really glad I did learn that. So towards the end of my transition, I decided to get on hormones. My friend helped motivate me to, take the actions to get them, and I'm thankful that she helped me, honestly, because, I don't know, she believed that I really wanted to be transgender and really wanted to transition, and I thought I did too. So I took hormones for about a month and a half. This is one of the big reasons why I felt uncomfortable, because there was just a lot that went into this. Basically how the hormones work, there were 3 pills that I was taking. One was estrogen, one was progesterone, which is something that helps fight cancer from the estrogen, and so the doctor told me that it would help make your body more shapely. And then one more thing, spironolactone, which is very damaging to the organs over long periods of time. And it was just something that I always had on my mind. Every morning I would have to wake up and take these 3 pills, and I knew that I was going to have to take those pills pretty much essentially for the rest of my life. And that thought was just really bearing on me and really just didn't make me happy to think about it. I just was like, oh, I'm against that. I'm perfectly healthy and I'm thankful for that. So why go out of my way to damage myself and go out of the way to force my body into something that's very unnatural because of some pharmaceutical drug that some doctor is telling me that is what I need. And I just personally me didn't really feel good about it, and I just I mean, I didn't have a problem with the thought of my body changing, because some things did change. You know, my skin became very soft. The hair on my body grew a little bit slower. It was easier to shave, and I just felt really feminine. Like my skin just like felt like super like soft and like plushy almost. Like it was even just being a month and a half on them, I felt like a little bit of a change, and you know that I didn't mind that. But I also was thinking like it was something that occurred to me. I thought, you know, I really didn't have a problem with like not having these things. Like, I never have been able to say that I feel like I was born in the wrong body. Like, I never looked at my body and thought that it was wrong or that I hated it or that there was something about it that I like couldn't like relate with. Like, I never had any issues with myself like that. So that was just like an element of transgenderism that I really didn't relate to. Like, for example, when I worked at Hollister, not to sound like pretentious, because I hated working there and it was awful, and I would never recommend anybody work at Hollister. I mean, unless it's your thing. But I worked there, and they made me shave every day for work, and you know they had to make you like look a certain way. But anyway, that's unrelated. I really wanted to have a mustache, and like I enjoyed it for some reason. Like, and I was upset that they would make me shave my face every day. And so I was like thinking later on, I'm like, why did I like want a mustache? Like, it's funny to me because it's like I really didn't hate myself, and I still don't. I never did. Like, I never. Oh, it stopped. I just started back up. But I never really had a problem with my biology, you know? I never really hated, like, the physical form that I'm taking on this earth. So taking the pills, taking the hormones and everything really just didn't settle with me right, and it just made me feel uncomfortable, and it made me feel like I was going against biology, going against... I mean, I'm more agnostic, but I'm really, you know, if there is a higher power, I was feeling like I was doing wrong by it. And I don't know, I just, over time, after conversations with people that matter to me in my life, like people that were there for me, you know, and after my own self-discovery and trying to just ask myself really hard questions that I just had to confront, I realized that I didn't need to completely change my gender, change my identity, change my biology, get however many surgeries I was going to need to get, you know, get, like, for example, Adam's apple, like, wanting to, I wanted, like, a forehead surgery to make my forehead more feminine. I wanted, like, XYZ, like, surgeries. And I'm thinking, like, you know, do I really need to do that in order to be an authentic person? And in order to represent myself accurately on this earth? And the answer was not yes. That really bothered me for a very long time. I would be very, very troubled by how much I would be like questioning myself, and just, you know, the thing is, I didn't hate being a girl, and I didn't hate being feminine. I didn't hate representing myself as female, because personally I do feel like I'm probably just somewhere in the middle in the gender spectrum. Like, I don't feel necessarily really masculine or really feminine. I feel kind of like a good mix. But it just really bothered me, and really just like eventually wore on me to the point where I just couldn't even think about anything else. That I would be in school, in college as a girl, and just feel so distressed. I would be there trying to listen to the instructor and just trying to absorb the information, and I would be like just anxiously like not able to even sit still, and I would bust out of the door and like go stand on the outside balcony and try to like breathe some fresh air and look at a tree and feel like, try to understand why I was feeling like that, and why I just couldn't just feel completely comfortable with myself. And it just, because I felt like I don't know, I can't explain. I just felt like I just didn't have to do it. I just felt like I just was doing something that I just didn't need to do. I don't feel like it 100% came from me. I don't feel like organically by myself I would have done that. And it was just something that the circumstances I was in and the surroundings I was in, the influences I had, it made me make these moves, and I at some point I just decided that I couldn't keep going down that road, because I really didn't want to do it. You know, people told me that I would have like less doubts and I would feel super confident and sure of myself as a female when I took the hormones, but honestly, as soon as I got on them, I only started questioning myself more and more. You know, I'm thinking like I don't hate myself. I don't hate like the representation of myself physically on this earth. So if that's the case, you know, what's really holding me back? What's really making me do all this? And I thought just because I just didn't accept myself before as a boy. I just didn't accept myself being how I am as a boy. Like, I'm not, and you know, that's okay. Like, I'm not like every other boy. Like, I'm sorry I don't like play football and like, you know, I don't whatever, but, and you know, I like to do like makeup sometimes, and yeah, I like to, you know, be feminine sometimes, and sometimes my personality is not masculine and or whatever. Like, it's, you know, because I'm gay, so it's like, okay, you know, I can just accept it now. I just can stop hating that part of myself and just embrace it and just be like, okay, like, I don't care. That's why I don't feel like I'm transgender, and that's why I decided to detransition. I don't know if you can tell, my eyebrows are starting to grow back in pretty quickly, but the shape of like how high I had them arched is still kind of there. And you know, I haven't shaved in a few days, and this is, you know, what I would shave every day to cover, and it was such an anxiety for me, like, to cover my like the like color of like my skin, because it was like there was like hairs, like you could see like the blue contrast when you shave. It's like awkward, and I had to cover that every day, and I hated it. And I didn't really want to get laser. I didn't really want to get like all the surgeries, like I said. And I'm gonna be really honest. This is being really honest. I didn't really want the surgery, like, you know, the surgery I'm talking about. And yeah, I mean, I would try to like make myself be okay with it, but at the end of the day, I really didn't desire it. I didn't really like seek it. I was thinking to myself, like, do I want this major like operation? And no. Like, honestly, I don't hate my biology. Like, I just keep saying that over and over, but it's true. Like, if I really did have a problem with myself, then I would be more fine with like those things, but I guess I just don't. And you know, do I think that real transgender people exist? Yes, totally, I definitely do. I think that my friend really is transgender, and you know, she has friends, I mean, they're probably really transgender, you know. But I read that the rate for people that regret the like SRS surgery, people really, like, a lot of the time end up regretting that. So I think that a lot of people probably transition that aren't necessarily needing to be transgender. But I do, so with that said, I do think that there are people that really are transgender, and people that feel like being transgender is what they need to do, but they probably could find a solution in something else by their own self-discovery and understandings that they can make instead of doing that. So that's how I really feel about this whole subject. That's how I feel about transgender people. You know, I've been in that life. I've been in that situation, and I totally understand the whole idea and why people transition and why people are transgender. And if you are like that, and if you want to represent yourself however you want, that is your right, that is your ability. You have nothing in your way stopping you from doing that, and that's so awesome. And that's what makes us all individuals and special, is when we get to actually represent ourselves how we want. And so yeah, so I feel like even being a boy, I can still do that, and I'm still happy, and I'm still the person that I've always been, and I've just really come to terms with it all. So now I'm back to being a boy, and I'm just gonna like try to give it my best and just be a good person, and be who I need to be, and who I'm meant to be, and who this earth put me here to be. So I'm gonna do that, and you know, so that's pretty much everything. So thank you very much for listening. Thank you so much to my friends and family that were there for me, all of the viewers that watch my videos, that supported me. I just really, really appreciate it. And I can't express how much I'm so thankful for everybody in my life that has been there for me with this. And I'm so glad that I've gotten to go through this experience and how much I've learned. And I really look forward to the future now, and I really look forward to what's ahead and the road ahead of me and just the future for this earth. So that's pretty much what I'm going to leave you with. I'm going to be making more videos very soon. Oh, you wait, okay? I know I in the past I've had a bad track record with making frequent videos, but I really want to give my heart and put my soul out there and just do it, and I'm feeling really motivated. So I'll see you very soon. My name is Frank. Thank you for watching, and I love you very much. Bye.